you have so many things that you're going to be out here flexing. Things that you never thought would be a flex. People taking your side that you never thought would take your side. You thought it would take years or decades even for some people to see your side of things. People are really going to want you on their team in this season because you stand up for what's right. If you clicked on this message, people want you on their side and they're almost going to be kind of looking at other people like, what are you? What are you doing? What do you add to the equation? You don't have my back like collective. You're not loyal like collective. This could even be your exes saying this to the new people that they're dating. Bet you never thought you'd hear that. Not that you care about them or whatever the F they're doing. You don't care. But I say that to say this, that there are a lot of people right now that have changed their minds about you and wish that they had you on their team. Family members. Okay? Family members that like never take your side. Maybe even in-laws. Maybe you have children and they always take your ex's side. It's all switching up. Everyone is looking at you like, I wish you were more like collective. I wish I had collective here. They would never let me get treated like this. They would never stand for this. So people are really marinating in the fact that you are a boss. You show people what a real boss is, what a real badass is. It's not saying you have a bunch of things and then when push comes to shove, you don't got anyone's back. You show people I'm not codependent on anyone. If anything you've learned from your heart and your name being slung through the mud is you can stand on your own 2 feet. You don't have to beg or rob Peter to pay Paul. You don't have to do any of that. So you are in your it girl or it boy era where everyone's looking at you like that's the real flex. That right there is the real flex. That right there is the real MVP. Who are you? What are you? And whoever has been painting you as the bad guy ain't getting away with that anymore because people are starting to see that you're not the bad guy. You're a role model. So I'm especially feeling this with your children. So if you've had children that are like, Daddy says I could do this and you suck, like they're starting to see. If you have, if you have an ex and you guys share custody, prepare to be vindicated. Let me just say that. Prepare to be vindicated in every area, avenue, and crevice of life that you freaking forgot about. All those people you forgot about. It looks like you're showing people, again, what a real role model looks like, what the real Slim Shady looks like. And that's putting it on Front Street, being honest and upfront, being loyal. You are showing everyone in this season you're winning. So you've definitely stepped into your alter ego. Your alter ego is like just the cherry on top because you don't really need to step into anybody else, but it just makes it more fun for you to manifest. Somebody that broke up with you is now seeing that they're a freaking idiot. There's that. You need to know that. And these other people that were all about themselves, oh my gosh, look at me. My life is so amazing. Look at what I be posting. Look what I be buying. Something is going on with their finances or they're codependent on another person for their livelihood. And that will never be you. Part of the reason you can stand on business and say whatever the frick you want is because you don't gotta ask anybody. You don't have to ask anybody. If they're not paying your bills, if they are not your boss, a lot of you guys are your own bosses. If they are not your boss, even if they're your partner and you're making your own money, can't nobody tell you anything. Not that you're disrespecting them if you have one, but they can't tell you anything. You're showing people what a real flex is. A real flex is being able to pay cash. A real flex is being able to not have to ask anybody or beg anybody or rely and be fake and performative for anybody to give you something. You don't have to do that. So people that were kind of side-eyeing you, were kind of wondering, I don't know about them because of what they were told. People are starting to turn around, Uno reverse, the smear campaign, and they're now seeing that you are who they need to look up to. You are the type of person that they need more of in their life. So if there were family members doing a bunch of this, but there was no action. There was no truth behind the statements that they were making. People are seeing that. And I'm also getting this with bullies. If you have a bully in your family, or you feel like your ex-spouse that you share children with is a bully, you're showing all of these people, I stand up to bullies. Why do I have to listen to them? They don't pay my bills. They don't tell me what to do. No, they do not. And I also feel like you're going to be vacationing soon. If that's something that you haven't been able to do, you're getting a passport. I'm seeing stamps on your passport. The real flex is being independent, not having to ask anybody. That is something that you learned from parents holding things over your head, people dangling carrots, bosses dangling promotions. You have learned to take care of yourself, and you've been doing this since you were small. I say this all the time. We here on this side of the internet have been taking care of ourselves since you were small. Now we've got money to do it. Now we've got some things in order. And even though you might not have all the money in the world, you're safe. You are protected and you have what you need. You don't have to go be nice to your ex to get child support. You don't have to beg and canoodle and be performative for anybody. You don't have to do that. And people got mad respect for that. People that have been bullied by these people for too long are now starting to see, A, you don't bully, B, you stand up to them, and C, you don't have to be performative or canoodle to anybody to go get it. And they're starting to see that in other people. Like, dang, you're all sucking at the teat of bullshit, and Collective doesn't do that. They'd rather starve than do that. Okay? They'd rather freaking starve than kiss that person's behind. I will show you who to trust. These people are waking up. I don't know what's happening because you didn't even suspect this. You didn't think your family member way over there was going to be like, you were right. They're a bad guy. They're figuring out who the real bad guy is. God is showing them who they should actually trust. There might be some apologies. There might be some ass kissing. Yeah. People are changing overnight. They're changing their opinion of you overnight. I don't know. I think you need to know this because you're being vindicated. These people that were the bad guys the whole time were using their power and misusing it to make people need them. It's kind of like if this was in Game of Thrones days and all of these people were sellswords, or they were the people in the city, the common folk, okay? This would be like, I'm the king or queen, and if you do what I say and you do all these bad things, I'll make you a lord or lady. You don't care. These people cared. See, I deal with this in my family, and this is why I'll never get along with them. They all suck at the teat of the mother I'm zero contact with. I've had to be on my own since I was little. Okay? Figure it out and go without food and things that a child needs to get by and be okay. They didn't have to grow up that way. So I grew up with my dad most of my life, or not most of my life. Let me back it up. Most of my childhood, I was with my dad. And that was hard. I talked about another message. I don't know if I posted it yet, but give these children to their fathers. Some of these single mothers shouldn't have to be single mothers because it's not called child abandonment when a father does it. It's only called that when a mother's like, you know what, take them. I don't want to go to court with you anymore. You're only dangling this so I can crumble, so you can break my heart, so you can rip it up out of my soul, up out of my chest. That is the only reason you're doing this. So when my parents split up, to the best of my knowledge, I didn't want to stay with my mom. I was like, I want to go with my dad. She's like, go with your dad. Go with your dad. Like, he's not coming to get you. Go with your dad. I'm like, he is going to come get me. He is going to come get me. So my little sister stayed with my mom, and I went with my dad. So, perfect example of letting these fathers find out, let them take care of their kids. My dad he did his shit job. Okay? He did not do a good job. Bless his heart. May he rest in peace. He didn't do a good job. He put substances, women, partying, Never answered his freaking beeper, never answered the phone, never. Another family took me in the last couple of years I was with him, and that's like the only way I got food. So I was really malnourished when I had to go live again with my mother, and the only reason I did that, because I hate that I had to make these type of decisions as a child. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, you shouldn't have to worry about what am I going to eat for dinner? What am I going to eat for breakfast? I have strep throat again. I need medication. I don't have clothes for school. I don't know how to wash clothes. And I'm trying to figure all of these things out. And missing a lot of elementary school. And it wasn't until this family took me in that I stopped missing school. I had food to eat and I had clothes on my back. And we're still close to this day. And I'm so grateful for them. But that's an example of there are some bad things that could happen. My dad put me in some very bad situations as a child, but it made me tougher. Now, I'm not going to say that for all of you guys that is the case, but I feel like something from your childhood has made you stand on business even more growing up, because now you're like, I'm putting the pieces together and I'm never going to be reliant or dependent on someone else again. I've been working since I was 12. Because I was like, I need to get my own money. And then from an early age, I learned about a family member stealing money. Okay? Signing birthday checks over to themselves. So I'm used to that. And that's why I don't be trusting people most of the time. Because if I can't trust my family, then I can't trust these other people. But like my siblings, they all have to suck at the teat of power. They need money from the parents. And I don't. I'll never forget the last time that I asked for help with my wedding. I'll never ask again. Will not take a gift, will not take anything ever from them again. Because it was always used as a power play, as like, see, she's using us. Oh my gosh, she's using us. Like, what? I paid for my own wedding, basically. Let's not even get into what you put in. Like, breadcrumbing me, and then it's just because I would not bow down. I would not bend my knee, and I would not bow down to them. And it's not because I'm trying to be disrespectful, but it's because I see you're trying to make me feel this small, and I'm not going for it. Not at all. So I know if you're watching this that you can relate. So there were bad situations when I was a child that molded me into the person that I am. That's why I'm different from my siblings. I was left in trap houses with stolen goods, babies that were on substances. I was left in these houses with stolen goods in the middle of the freaking projects. I was left with these crying babies that they were putting on It was a lot. I didn't even know what was going on. I know now when I'm older, but it was still traumatic then. If I was in the car with my dad and he got pulled over, anything he had on him, I was supposed to hold on to it because they're not going to search me. These are things that I shouldn't have to deal with, but they made me tough. It effed me up for a while. That's why I'm saying, like, whatever you went through, now you know how to use that. Now you know how to transmute that pain. And you will never let these people take your power. So these people that are, like, you're feeling vindicated by, they're looking at the rules that these people made. Never before did they really question the rules. And now that it's really affecting them in the way they get bullied, in the way they get treated, in the way they get shorted and breadcrumbed, well, it's not fair. These rules are not fair, and Collective would never do this to me. So, like, why are you doing... The people are starting to ask why. People are changing their minds overnight and seeing, like, you were right all along. You were spot on. You were right. You're the role model. You are the real MVP. Justice is prevailing. God is showing them who they can trust. Now, whether they listen or not, that ain't what this message is about. That's not really what this message is about. But this message is about them trusting, like, that's who I should have trusted. I feel really dumb. And not everyone has the same maturity level or the same life experience. So sometimes people got to F around and find out. And a lot of people are doing that. Oh my gosh. We got lead the way. Be a leader. Show others how it's done. You can help others. I don't know if I said this, side note. It's my husband's birthday this week, so my posting is going to be all over the place. Please make sure your notifications are on, because some of you guys said, I haven't been getting notifications, so just double check, because this app be doing weird stuff and updating all the time and crashing out all the time, so I would just double check. But Lead the way. You are going to show others how it's done. And they don't like that. Okay, these people are not just your enemies. These are your arch nemesises. This is like Cersei Lannister and the Mother of Dragons. This is like the Targaryens versus the Baratheons. This is like the Greens versus the Blacks. This is like, yeah, House Hightower, kind of slash Targaryen, versus Targaryen. For real, for real. Not for fake, not out of duty, out of, we run this shit. Yeah. I feel like I was a Targaryen in a past life. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Mother Dragons, that's my vibe. I'm always rooting for the Targaryens. Always. Like, it's so hard for me not to. So, people are starting to see, they're waking up to the fact that, dang, you were right. They are insincere. They don't have my back. Most of all, I'm getting this in a form of protection. So let's say, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say your ex, okay? Your ex that you share custody with, children with. Your ex is dating somebody new. And that person is a whole chooch. But at first, they were like buttering up the kids and giving them treats and goodies and all these things and like taking pictures and like being all cutesy ootsy. And so your kids were buying it. Like, oh my gosh, so-and-so is so awesome. And you're just like, yeah, just be careful because if they're like this and like that and like this and now they're starting to see. So let's say now your ex's new person, their new bae, their new boo is bullying them. And you know your ex don't stand on business. You know they're not going to stand up for them. How do you think the children are going to feel? They're not going to like that. So you'll stand up for them, but they're one parent they're looking to for help. Like, hey, they did this to me. Hey, they did that to me. It's not fair. So if you are a parent that has been going through that, prepare to be vindicated, because there's a reason why I channeled that specifically for one of the examples that you need to hear. It's like they're not buying the good guy act anymore. Now people are waking up and seeing them for who they are. Okay, we have loyal guardian. Oh my gosh, see what I mean? You are the loyal guardian. Sometimes our kiddos, they just gotta find out. Let them. Because, some of us are visual learners. Some of us need we take the hands-on approach. My parents would be like, don't touch that oven. Don't touch that iron. I was like, I'm touching it. And I'm like, ow. Why'd I do that? So you are showing that you are the magical protector. You are showing them, bestie, that you're not just a protector. You are magical. It's giving BDE. I had some coffee. But it's giving BDE. Now everyone's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, they're the bad guy. Like, you're showing that you're not just a protector. You're a magical protector. This could also go for my light workers. You can take this in any avenue of your life because it's everywhere. It's everywhere for you right now, this vindication. So let's say for the light workers, you're a star messenger that has been underestimated. Everyone's like, no, look at this shiny situation over here. Like, forget you. You're not doing this for us. So they're like, dang, maybe I'm not meant for this. No. No one stands up for the collective like you do. No one shoots it straight like you do. No one is blunt, blickety blunt, making them laugh, charming them, giving them the real ish that they need to hear. Scary accurate, for real. You're showing people it's not performative, it's not copied, it's not replicated, it's yours. You are the original gangster of everything that you do. So not only are you the protector and the loyal guardian being recognized, you are the real Slim Shady and you sprinkle on all the magic. People are starting to see that like, oh, they are chosen. They are protected. And they were trying to protect me. People are seeing like that you did have their best interest. People that didn't believe it, they're like, oh, well, I don't know. And your enemies were going hard in the paint. They're going so hard in the paint to make you look like the bad guy. But now they've ran out of tricks. They've ran out of tricks. They've ran out of flexes. Now, for example, let's say your person likes to spoil you. They don't have a lot of money, but with the money that they do have, they help you with things. So let's say they don't have a ton of money, but they pay your rent. That's a flex. Not that you need to brag, but these people are out here thinking the wrong things. And you have somebody that's like, you might be 50-50 with them, but they're paying your rent or they're paying your car payment. That's more than going to the nail salon. That's more than getting your lashes done. That's more than getting all that other crap done. That's really kind and generous. What do I tell you guys? I don't need a rich man. I need a generous one. I need a generous one. I'll never forget when me and my fiance first got engaged. I had an allowance. And I was like, what? And he didn't make a ton of money. Like, he was like, oh, I'm going to put $100 in your account every Thursday. And I was like, that was so much money to me back then. I was like, what? And so I would go to the thrift store, or yeah, I was rebuilding my life. And it meant the world to me because I had lost so much before I met him. I didn't have clothes. My ex had all my stuff and my dog, my little dog too, y'all. My little dog too. My ex took that, my watches, my jewelry, like all the things. So I was like bit by bit rebuilding my closet, and I was like, oh, I can go thrifting. I can get some things. And I'll never forget, like, we had a family member that was like, you need to do this for me because Brittany has an allowance. You need to do that for me. And I'm like, it wouldn't matter if he had that. He wouldn't give it to you because he's selfish. Okay? It wouldn't matter if he had that because he wouldn't give it to you because he's selfish. You don't need a rich man. You need a generous one. There is a difference. You could have all the money in the world and not want to give anybody a dime. And not that you have to. It's not about material things, but it's about your heart. Okay? So you're showing people what a real flex is. Like, dang, your man pays your rent? Damn Skippy. Like, how? They only do this for work. I don't know. I don't do math. I don't know where my calculator's at. I just know that they take care of it. And you like relationships where there's a balance, but you're also okay with being alone. That's another flex. Being by yourself. You're like, I don't need to be in a toxic relationship. I can take care of myself. I can take care of myself. Why would I want to be in this toxic situationship when I can be by myself? Nonsense. It's time to talk sense. Yeah. These people are like, it should have made sense to them a long time ago. Okay? A long time ago, these things should have made sense. They thought it was nonsense. There was no way that whatever you were speaking on, oh my gosh, you're just about to be vindicated in so many ways. Because nobody believed you like that. Like, they wanted to, but then they would have to, it meant they would have to stand up to so-and-so. They weren't ready to do that. Yeah, if you're independent and you refuse to answer to a partner that's toxic, that's a real flex. If you stand in your authenticity despite people liking it or not, that is a real flex. If you continuously show up for yourself even though you haven't seen the results that you desire, that is the real flex. If you are building your wealth behind the scenes and silently, but you're still driving, an older car, or you're still renting, that is the real flex. A lot of these people out here, they're pretending to have things that they can't afford. You know how many people I know that are have been in toxic relationships where they had to pay for their baby daddy? We're showing people that you are a real badass. And I've had so many friends that have supported their men in these relationships, and then all for them to make the divorce hell, the custody battle hell. Okay? You guys are knowing where you want to go right now. You're like, I will never go back to that. I will never go back to having to rely on this person. Like, look at how miserable they are. Look at how miserable they are because they don't have power over you. They don't have control. And that's another thing you're doing is you're not giving people the power. You're starving these narcissists out. Do you know how many people would love for me to come around so they can try to like flex in front of me, but I cut them off years and years ago? I know where I want to go and what I want to do. I'm not, like, yeah, I could easily go in front of them and be like, I'm in a happy marriage. My life is freaking awesome. I'm grateful. I'm not faking nothing. I could easily shit on them. They would never be the same. They're not the same from the last time they saw me. But I will not give them that. Because now that I'm spiritual, and I've always been spiritual, but since my spiritual awakening, I'm very careful with my energy. Like, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that? Like, no. Because it just makes them want to up the ante for how silly and stupid they want to act. We have shine bright like a candle. You will make it through this. This is something that you show people. You shine bright like a candle and you help people through things. You don't just stand up for them. You help them with the fallout or the aftermath or the understanding of like what just even happened to them. So there are going to be people coming to you and seeking counsel. Like, hey, what do you see when you see my union? Like, are we going to be okay? And you're like, I'm not even trying to, but the people want to know. People know now that you are scary accurate. And so some of them might be coming and asking you like, should I even be dating this person? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. And you're like, okay, I got a couple new decks that I want to use. And I got some angel numbers and some birds and some badass affirmations. But yeah, there are so many friends that I had that they were unhappy in these relationships. Like, these men baby trap them. And I'm not shitting on men, by the way. Like, because I have men that watch my channel, and I'm grateful for you guys. I'm not talking about my collective. I'm talking about these other men, okay? These other men that cannot be bothered to be responsible, that cannot be bothered to be fathers, they just cannot be bothered. And they just take and take and take and take. And they were in these relationships where they were paying all the bills, they were paying for the house, they were paying for their cars, they were putting things in their names, and they're like, what? And you're still gonna cheat and be a piece of shit? On what planet am I gonna put up with this? So, yeah, I'm real proud of my friends. Real proud of my friends that have gotten out of those situations and are slowly but surely standing on business. It's not always easy to do when there are children are involved, but they're doing it. They're doing it. So know that you set an example of doing the things that are hard. Not just saying this is what you should do. Actually doing that. Actually doing that. You know, it's kind of like this. Think about Wizard Liz, for instance, okay? It's all over social media, and everyone has an opinion, and I know I speak on this a lot, but I think it's such a good example. So many people are giving her crap like, you're the manifestation guru. You give us dating advice. Nothing should happen to you. Y'all should be worried if nothing happens to them. If nothing ever happened to her, how would you know to trust her advice? Things have to happen to her. She has to learn, and then she has to speak on it. She didn't have to share, hey, 2 days ago, this mother effer cheated on me, and now I'm leaving. She didn't have to admit, hey, we tried to make it work because the only way I was going to get to see my child is if I lived with him. At least she said that. She didn't even have to do that. You know how many people, influencer families, influencer couples that are not keeping it real, that are not keeping it a buck, that are lying? Like, we never have problems. We never go through things. It's the controversy. It's the breaking points. It's the pain that you actually transmute. If somebody was in front of you and you really look up to them, how would you know how to transmute pain truly if you ain't never seen them transmute nothing? So, she might not be the best at it, but at least she's doing it in real time, crashing out in real time, trying to figure it out in real time, and sharing it in real time, which she's not really obligated to do. She could have fell off the face of the earth and not told nobody nothing. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I know you are. So I say that to say this. You could be controversial to everybody at your work, everybody in your family, problematic for most, but you still stand on business and you still show up. You make things transparent that people like to gossip about and talk about, or you show through an appearance that it's been gravy. It's all good. You guys are a joke. Okay, let me get out some other messages and see what's going on. Okay, we have the Blue Jay. Family, loyalty, and communication. Family, loyalty, and communication. This is something that matters a lot to you right now, because if you have a family, if you have gone zero contact with other family members, you are trying to show up for your family like, this is the way that we should communicate. This is what's healthy. This is what loyalty is. And so even if there's family members not listening to you, everybody else is paying attention to what your definition of loyalty is, to what your definition of communication is, and they like your style. People really like your style. They see you now for who you are. Thought they could sleep on you? I don't think so. Some of them were just scared to stand up to these other people, or yeah, they're intimidated in some way. Like they don't want to let this parent down, or they don't want to let someone down. But it's just being real. Okay, we have the Crow, innovation, change, and death. You guys could be seeing black birds everywhere. And maybe normally you're not like clocking it like that, but you're clocking it like that. You're like, something's changing, and that's you feeling more innovative, feeling more inspired, like you're transforming. And the new version of you, that is this character that you've unlocked, this alter ego, you're like, listen, girl, listen, I'm going to be Veronica, and we are in season 3 of our life, and everything that's going awesome is because, duh, I'm living the fairy tale. And anything that's going bad, it's for the plot. It's for the plot. I love that. You've been going through a lot of change. And people are very accepting. I don't know if that's the word. They like watching you. People really like watching you transform. You are like a chameleon. So where maybe when you were younger, you always had to adapt to what was going on in the room. And you can still do that. But now you just transform in front of people because you're glowing up, because you're leveling up. We have the Wren. Okay, courage, strength, and balance. You restore balance to people's lives. So when they go around the chaos agents, they're like, oh, this really is chaos. That isn't really love. You show people what unconditional love looks like, not love based on conditions. They're like, oh, I thought that was courage and that was strength. That's not. Oh, I thought this was a good situation and it's not. It's actually chaotic. Whoa, did y'all see that? We have the partridge. And a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, fertility, abundance, and camouflage. Okay, Leslie, okay. Did you sew your cloak of invisibility a week ago? About a week ago. My espresso was kicking today. Anyways, for this partridge, you could have sewed your cloak of invisibility. So you know how to suit up and boot up. You can be in front of people, but you, okay, let me explain this. Basically, when you are putting on this cloak of invisibility, you have this shield of protection. And this shield of protection is your prayers, your affirmations, like knowing that you're safe. So when you go out in front of these people, like, you're not actually invisible. You can camouflage, but they've been warned not to mess with you. These people are getting warned not to freaking mess with you. They need to back it all the way up. You are stepping into a lot of abundance. Ooh, you've been able to camouflage some of your abundance. The takers are trying to peep with their janky, dusted, busted binoculars. They're like, let me see what they're doing. I gotta pocket watch them. Stay the frick up out of my pockets. Riddle me what? Stay the frick up out of my pockets. You've been camouflaging your abundance. That is a flex. A lot of people will be like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And you're like, Please don't. Please don't look at me. I'm good. I'm so good. You know, a lot of us used to be little pick-me's. We didn't fucking know. We didn't know. A lot of us used to be a little thirsty. We didn't know we were thirst trapping. We didn't know what that was. But now, we're like, no, really though, leave me alone. Leave me the frick alone. Holy Spirit, what else do we need to know? And then I'm going to pull out some angel numbers for you guys. I'm excited. Okay, we have Vinjunko. I think I said this right. Perseverance, adaptability, and calmness. Okay, you used to come in real raw with it. There used to be bells ringing before you would walk through the door. And now you got the cloak of invisibility on. Nobody knows what you're about to do. Like, are they ticking or are they calm? When you're calm, it terrifies the ops. It terrifies them. People know that you've persevered through a lot. Whether they want to recognize that you are the real MVP, they know that you've persevered through things they could not survive. Not that it's a contest, but yeah. You could be having a lot of dreams. Paying attention to your dreams. Your dreams are really vivid right now. Okay. We have the, I'm going to butcher this. Egret. Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up after. But egret. Whatever. Really pretty bird. Really pretty. Stateliness. I never heard that word. Stateliness. Does that mean like you state things? Like cleanliness? I don't know. But you are really, how I'm interpreting it is you know how to state the facts. That ticks people off. You have this beauty that's rare. We have beauty and rarity. Stateliness. I'm learning new words today. I love vocabulary and reading and grammar. I've been reading since I was small. I was like, give me a book so I can run away. Give me a book and my imagination, I'm gone. I'm literally gone. Okay. We have the quail. Fertility, caution, and tenacity. Ooh. People love to go quail hunting. Have you seen the movie Wedding Crashers? He's like, I don't even know what a quail is. People are always hunting for you, not knowing what they're really going to get. And when they get it, they're like, oh, I should have been more cautious. I should have been more cautious with what the hell I thought I was getting into. Okay, I've got some affirmations. I needed to find a new situation for us to get some affirmations out because our alter ego needs some new words of encouragement. Okay, if you guys have thought of your alter ego name yet, drop it in the comments. Okay. I find my happy place and I go with the effing flow. I find my happy place and I go with the effing flow. My happy place used to be books when I was little and there was a lot going on. I was like, give me a book, let me hide in this book. And I can just like be in a different world. But now you're not doing things, you're not being in a happy place to necessarily escape, but so you can get into a flow state. I find my happy place and go with the effing flow. Okay. The best shit happens outside of my comfort zone. Affirm it below. The best-ish happens outside of my comfort zone. Okay. I am brave. I am fierce. I do hard effing things. Ooh, my friend always says this. She's like, we're badass. We do hard things. I was like, oh, do we do hard things, babe? Bestie? And she's like, yeah, babe, we be doing hard things all the time. We do hard things. It's like we're women, we do hard things. So all my besties in the chat, we do hard things, okay? I am brave, I am fierce, and I can do hard effing things. I love that. That's crazy that came up. Okay. I'm going to get a couple more. Let me get you an angel number. It's okay. Mistakes are just proof that you are trying. Don't give up. Okay? Mistakes are just proof that you are trying. Don't give up. Oh, I like that it has it on the back of the card too, so I can read it to you guys while reading it to you guys. Okay. Then we have, you will get there. You're gonna do great today. Like, I will get there. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Okay, one more. Don't try to fit in. You were born to stand out. So affirm it below. I was born to stand out. All this time, when we were younger, we tried to fit in. Never again. Never again are we going to try to. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I don't even know how I got notified. I have my phone off. Ugh, people. I'm working here. What was I saying? Oh, I forgot. Oh my gosh. Oh, you were born to stand out. So we used to try to fit in. Like, they're like, oh, on Wednesdays we wear pink. And we're like, okay, I'm going to wear pink. Even though they don't like me, I'm going to wear pink. Just so they maybe will leave me alone. We were born to stand out. Born for that. Guys, I had to pause the camera because my phone's getting blown up. And I was like, everybody hold on. Hold on. Okay. We have angel number 255, new choices. Changes are indicators. I love this. Okay. Changes are coming and will bring new decisions for you to make. Your angels encourage you to greet these changes as assurance that your intentions are coming to be. Reflect on negative emotion or worry. Take time to visualize it withering into the universe and let it go. So you were learning how to accept the change that's coming in. Sorry, I had to figure out what this was saying. You were figuring out the changes that are coming in and you're clocking it. And then while you're clocking it, you're like, okay, I'm going to let it come in and I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to overanalyze it. I'm not going to stress the F out. I'm going to detach. Okay. Whoa. We have angel number 746. Big decisions. The steps you must take have been revealed. Okay. So I feel like this is today. I feel like this is tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be revealed to you. Big decisions that you're needing to make. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be revealed. Like, there's something that you've been waiting on and more is going to be revealed and you'll finally know, like, okay, now I can figure out what to do next. So you could have been waiting for something to be approved or result, or you're waiting for an answer. The choice you need to make presently has already been decided in your heart. So maybe you kind of know what you wanted to do as well. Like, okay, if they say this, I'm going to do this. If they say that, I'm going to do that. You kind of already know which way you're going to go. Whoa. Ooh, we have angel number 900, effects. What you give, you get. All you have sent into the world has been collected and multiplied and is ready to be sent back to you. Take a moment now to reflect. What realizations have you had in the recent interactions with people and places? I feel like it's been good. Like, I'm all telling you what it is. I feel like people have been really inspired by you and complimenting you and just surprising you with how nice they are. You're not used to people being nice to you or complimenting you or maybe staring at you so much, but that is what's happening. You might want to journal about a lesson that you've learned and how you plan to use it to grow. This is cute. Okay, I'm going to get one more of these. Okay. Angel number 750, limitless love. Love yourself and others freely. Your angels are asking you to practice unconditional love today. This is such a good lesson because I am really stubborn. I can be really impatient. I can, if I don't like something or I don't want to be around certain people, I'll throw a fit. Like, please don't make me go. Please don't make me go. And I'm like, okay, I need to practice unconditional love. It's not about me. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's not about me. It's about being loving for the person that I love. So maybe that's an example, like, there's things that you just don't want to do. You don't want to do because you see some people for who they are. But if my person is showing unconditional love, I need to be more forgiving and show unconditional love. We don't have to be besties. We don't have to be best friends. But yeah, I need this too. So your angels are asking you to practice unconditional love today, not only for others, but for yourself as well. You can only accept as much love from the outside world as you give yourself. Oh, okay. They just called us out. Maybe it's been hard for us to accept that people are complimenting us, and because we're not that nice to ourselves at sometimes. And I can relate with that. I punish myself a lot. It's this thing that I do. I don't know why. I'm like, no, you need to do it this way. And if you didn't do it that way, you suck. And I'm like, why do I do that to myself? So then it's hard for me to, when people are being like, oh, words of affirmation, I'm like, thanks. You know? And I also like to think about it. And I can't just like react like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes you want to like think about what was said. And sometimes I get hit with things all at once. I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I don't even know. And it's because I need to treat myself better. More better. Okay, we're going to treat ourselves more better. Which I feel like is a reason why we're stepping into this new character arc. Love that for us. So, time to level up the amount you're willing to receive from within. I started this about a month ago. Being even nicer to myself, and it made me so uncomfortable, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. It made me so uncomfortable. I was like, ooh, okay, we're in it. We're in it. It's happening. Okay. 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 It made me very uncomfortable. I'm like, why is this making me uncomfortable? I haven't been loving myself like this in a while. Like, I just need to sit in it and be nice to myself. Like, I always have an excuse like, oh, I'm doing this, it's for work. I'm doing that, it's for work. I'm doing this, it's for the family. I'm doing this, it's for this. Instead of being like, this is for me. It's okay to say that this is for me. So we're learning to be more selfish. I'm going to get some more bird messages because I really like these. Okay, we have the goal. How cute. Adaptability, balance, and caution. Now, if this has anything to do with a seagull, they don't give an F. You go to Seattle, San Diego, they don't care if you're eating whatever. They're going to come by and take it. Like, mine, mine, mine. You're going to start, claiming what's yours. Your power especially. You're going to start taking it back. We are taking it back. Last but not least, we have the swan, transformation, dreams, and illusion. We got this in last week's messages. The swan. We got this in your charms. You are transforming. I told you guys before, everyone's very eyes, and you're looking at what has been an illusion. Other people around you are starting to see through the illusions of what other people been presenting. One of the biggest reasons you're the real MVP is you have learned to not give an F. You've learned to detach. You have learned to not be performative. If you don't like something, you don't like something. And that's how I feel in like my older years. Like, I'm not trying to be performative. I'm not even trying to pretend. And sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes it gets me in trouble because I'm like, I don't want to. It's my party. I can cry if I want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to perform and pretend. But I have to find that balance of this isn't pretending. This is doing this for somebody else. Sometimes. But it's important to communicate your feelings of why. And that is a form of self-love, is at least communicating your feelings of why you don't want to do that. Because you're cautious of certain people and their illusions, and you're not trying to let them come in and do some more effery. Yeah. Okay, is there anything else we need to know? Whoa. I better get going because everyone's blowing up my phone. Okay. We have Grand Rising, Kundalini Awakening, Spiritual Forces, and Tantric. So this love for yourself is being empowered. If you weren't a morning person before, maybe you're going to be practicing being a morning person. Maybe your love life is being resuscitated. I just did a message on that. So you guys want to check that out. God is resuscitating your heart. Okay, resuscitating your love life. Winner. This one is one of the main reasons I bought this deck, because it had me laughing. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. Okay? We have winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. That be you. All these people that hate you so much, they have been focusing on you because you're a winner. Nobody's jealous of a loser. If you don't got haters, you're not popping. And you're popping, bestie. You're popping. I love that. Winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Anything else? Okay. Contrary to what you think, I know exactly what the F I'm doing. Affirm it below. I'm bossy. I know exactly what the F I'm doing. Yes, I do. All right, you guys, I love you so much. So much. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this message. I hope you got some laughs and some giggles. I hope you're smiling. And yeah, people are starting to see that you're that magical protector. You're not just a provider. You're not just a protector, that you do more. You are showing people what going and you are showing people what going above and beyond looks like. I'm going to say that again. You are showing people what going above and beyond looks like. Not because you're a tryhard, not because you're a pick me, but because you're the real MVP. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I love it. Okay, don't forget to smash the you know what. Hit the bell, duh. If you've been a subscriber of a long time, make sure your bell is on. And yeah, you don't want to miss out when I do a live stream. There's so much fun. It's like the funnest slumber party ever. And but yeah, because I'm gonna be going live soon. I just don't know when. This week is so chaotic. And yeah. Sorry, I keep messing with my hair because it just got washed and I'm like trying to fix it and make it sit like it's supposed to. But I think that's it. Oh, Patreon link is down below. There's new messages there and there's about to be some more for sure. I'm getting that for show. I'm getting that for show. Anyways, I'm just in a really goofy mood. I'm gonna go now. I love you guys, and I will see you in the comments or the next one. Don't forget to drop your affirmations. Love you. Bye.